Picture this. You're in the middle of an important call, and your phone's battery is running low. The logical step? Plug it in and continue the conversation. It's a scenario that plays out countless times each day around the globe. With our lives so intricately woven into the digital realm, the need for constant connectivity has made using a phone while it's on charge an all too common practice. Be it for work, connecting with loved ones, or simply staying entertained, we've all found ourselves tethered to the wall, unwilling to disconnect even for a moment. This constant need for power on the go has transformed our charging habits and made them a part of our everyday routines. But in the midst of this convenience, a question lingers in the background, often overlooked. Could this be dangerous to me or my device? In the past, using a phone while it's charging was considered risky, and there were valid reasons for concern. One primary risk was the potential explosion due to overheating. Older battery technologies were not as sophisticated as they are today. When the battery got too hot, it could potentially explode, causing damage to the device and posing a risk to the user. Another risk involved electric shock. If a charger or charging cable was damaged, there was a possibility of electric shock when handling the device while it was plugged in. This was particularly concerning when the damage was not immediately visible, leading to unexpected and potentially dangerous situations. Finally, there was the potential for decreased battery life. The constant use of the device while it was charging could lead to a shorter battery lifespan. This meant that over time, the battery would hold less charge and need to be replaced more frequently, which was not only inconvenient but also costly. These risks painted a rather bleak picture, making the idea of using a phone while it's charging seem like a gamble. But it's important to remember that these risks were associated with older technologies. The batteries, chargers, and devices of yesteryears were not as advanced and safe as what we have today. It was a time when technology was still figuring out how to efficiently and safely manage power consumption and distribution in portable devices. But as with all things, technology evolved. Manufacturers started to pay more attention to safety, and as a result, developed devices and accessories that mitigated these risks. Overheating became less of an issue with better temperature management systems. Chargers and cables were made more durable to prevent damage and subsequent electric shocks, and batteries were made to be more efficient, reducing the impact of constant use on their lifespan. Thankfully, technology has come a long way since then. We now live in an era where these risks are far less prevalent, thanks to the continuous advancements in technology. However, it's still important to remember these past risks as we discuss safety precautions in the next scene, because as the old saying goes, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Modern phones and chargers are now much safer than their predecessors. This is largely due to the fact that manufacturers have taken note of past issues and have incorporated various safety measures to prevent such occurrences. Overheating used to be a prominent issue in older phones. However, modern devices are equipped with thermal management systems that monitor the temperature of the device. When the temperature rises above a certain threshold, the system regulates the device's performance to cool it down, thereby preventing any possible explosion or damage due to overheating. Electric shock was another concern with older devices. This was often due to damaged charging cables or faulty chargers. Today, chargers are designed with safety in mind, incorporating features like surge protection and automatic cutoff mechanisms. These features help to protect the user by preventing excessive electrical flow, which can lead to electric shocks. The advancement in battery technology has also enhanced the safety of using phones while charging. Gone are the days of nickel-cadmium batteries that suffered from the memory effect, a phenomenon where the batteries would forget their full capacity if they were repeatedly recharged before being completely discharged. Today, most phones use lithium-ion batteries that do not suffer from this memory effect, making them more suitable for use while charging. Moreover, modern batteries have a more efficient charging cycle. They are designed to handle the power flow while the device is in use, ensuring that the battery does not degrade prematurely. However, even with these modern mitigations in place, it is not a complete guarantee of safety. Just like how a seatbelt reduces the risk of injury in a car accident, these safety measures reduce, but do not entirely eliminate the risk of using a phone while charging. However, there are still precautions to be taken. This is why in the next scene, we will be discussing the safety precautions you can take to further ensure your safety when using your phone while it's charging, so stay tuned. Stay in. While technology has significantly reduced the risks, there are still some precautions to keep in mind. Let's start with the importance of original chargers and cables. You see, these devices are specifically designed and tested to work seamlessly with your phone. They ensure your device receives the correct amount of power, thus preventing overcharging or any electrical mishaps. Using a counterfeit or non-original charger or cable might save you a few dollars in the short term, but they can pose serious risks, including electric shock or even a fire. So always stick with the original. Next, let's talk about avoiding damaged chargers and cables. If you notice any fraying, exposed wires, or other signs of damage, it's time to replace them. Damaged chargers or cables can lead to electrical shorts, which could potentially harm both you and your device. Remember, safety should always be your top priority. Heat is an enemy of electronics, and your phone is no exception. When charging, it's crucial to keep your phone out of extreme heat. Charging your device in direct sunlight or in high-temperature environments can cause it to overheat, which can damage the battery and the phone's internal components. So find a cool, well-ventilated spot to charge your phone, away from direct sunlight and other heat sources. Now, what if your phone overheats while charging? One simple rule: stop the charge. While it's normal for phones to warm up during charging, excessive heat is a red flag. If your phone gets too hot, disconnect it from the charger immediately and let it cool down. Once it's back to a normal temperature, you can resume charging. This way, you'll prevent potential damage to your phone's battery and other internal components. Finally, and this might sound a bit obvious, but avoid using your phone with wet hands. Water and electricity are a dangerous mix. Using your phone while it's charging with wet hands can lead to electric shocks. So, whether you've just washed your hands or you're by the pool, ensure your hands are dry before you pick up that charging phone. In the end, it's all about being mindful and taking these simple precautions. They might seem like small steps, but they can significantly reduce the risk of mishaps and ensure that you can use your phone while it's charging in a safe manner. These precautions help ensure that using your phone while it's charging remains safe. So, is it dangerous to use your phone while it's charging? We've journeyed through the past, understood the risks, and seen how modern technology and safety measures have evolved to mitigate those risks. We have learned that using your phone while it's charging isn't inherently dangerous. However, it's essential to remember that safety lies in our hands and how we handle our devices. In the past, there were indeed risks of battery explosions, electric shocks, and shortened battery life associated with using phones while they were charging. But let's not forget that technology has been a relentless march forward, and today's devices are equipped with advanced safety features. They are designed to handle overheating and prevent electric shocks, making them much safer to use while charging. But that doesn't mean we should throw caution to the wind. We have a part to play in ensuring our safety. We should always use original chargers and cables, and we should avoid using damaged ones. These simple measures reduce the risk of electric shocks and fires. It's also crucial to protect our phones from extreme heat. Direct sunlight or excessively hot environments can cause your phone to overheat, which could lead to issues. If your phone does get too hot, pause the charging and allow it to cool down. And remember, using your phone with wet hands could increase the risk of an electric shock. So to wrap it up, using your phone while it's charging isn't always dangerous, but it's important to be mindful of how we're using our devices and to take precautions to minimize risk. The technology in our hands is powerful and complex, and it deserves to be treated with care. So rest assured, that important call can go on. Just remember to be smart about it.